Hi everybody, it's Dr. Dan again with some more about using R to analyze data from your pipette accuracy experiment. So the first thing we have to do is load the data into R in order to analyze it. I like using .csv files or comma separated value files to save data because it just makes it easy to load and process in a lot of different programs. So we need to create that CSV file first. We could use a text editor if we really wanted to, but Excel is just pretty easy to do that. R is a little bit funny about how it reads data from a file. So the key is every data point has to be on a different line in the file. It seems like I should be able to put all the samples on the same line or same column. This is not how R works. So I'll show you what I mean. So let's just say we did a single experiment and I had two people measuring the weight of 1 millimeter of water. So in the first column, I'm going to put the name of the person. In the second column, I'll put the weight of water measured. And so let's say I did 3 experiments. I have to put the 3 experiments on different lines. Okay, even though it's all from me. And then if I have another person, I have to do the same thing. So you notice I did give each column a header because R will use those headers to define variables. So this is what a very simple file would look like. We can save this as a CSV file and then open it up in R and analyze the data. So we can just hit File, Save As, wherever, and I'm just going to make sure I save it as a comma delimited file .csv. Oh yeah, that's a start, but remember we're measuring 3 different factors here, not just the person doing the measurements. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and just basically redo this a little bit. So we're also looking at the different pipettors, the volume pipetted, and then finally we have the weight that you measured. So one hint to make sure this works correctly. If I just put a number in some of these columns, like volume, and I put 1,000, because that's 1,000 microliters, and then another one I put 200, R is going to read those numbers and think that it can draw some relationship between the numbers 1,000 and 200, and so like there's like as if there's some intermediate value like 500 it can make an conclusion about. But that's just not true. We're only measuring at 1,000 and 200. And so in order for R to not treat them as numbers, I want to make them into text fields. And so the way I'm going to do that, I'm just going to put like 1,000 microliters and 200 microliters. That way R can't use those as numbers and it has to treat those as actual text values. Okay, so I'm going to expand our data set to make up some more numbers here. Okay, and this is where copy and paste will come in really handy. Okay, so like if I wanted to copy then after I get all those done, I could copy and just change the name and then change the data. We just have to remember that every single data point needs to be on its own line. So you have a lot of lines of data for this. So I'm not going to fill out this entire file during the video, but I've posted an example file that we'll use in class and then we'll work through in lecture. So make sure you save it as a CSV file. And then next, I'll show you how to read the data in R.